Welcome to GCSE Maths. In this video we're going to look at how to add and subtract mixed numbers. The first question we're going to look at is where we add two fractions. What I notice immediately about 5/6 and 2/5 is that the denominators are different. And if we want to be able to add fractions, we need to make sure the denominators are the same. And I need to think about what's the lowest common multiple of 6 and 5? Well, that's 30. And to make 5 6, so to make 6 30, I need to times by 5. And to make 5 30, I need to times by 6. So I need to multiply this fraction by 5. I need to multiply this fraction by 6. And that'll give me, well, 5 times 5 is 25 over 30. Plus 12 over 30. And 25 plus 12 will give me 37 over 30. I need to give my answer as a mixed number, so I'm going to convert this improper fraction into a mixed number. So I need to think, how many times does 30 go into 37? Well, that goes in once. And if I take away 30, I'm left with 7. Therefore, my answer is 1 and 7 over 30. So yeah, first of all, make sure the denominators are the same, and then if you need to, convert to a mixed number, if the question asks you to. Now let's have a look at when we add mixed numbers together. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to separate it out into fractions and numbers. So first of all, I'm going to add together the 1 and the 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. And then I'm going to add the quarter and the 3/10 separately. So I've got 1 over 4 plus 3 over 10. And as we did in the last question, I'm going to need to find what's the lowest common multiple of 10 and 4. Well, that's going to be 20. I can multiply the quarter by 5. I can multiply the 3/10 by 2. So what I'll get is I'll get 5 over 20 plus 6 over 20, which will be 11 over 20. Therefore, overall, I've got 3 and 11 over 20. That's my answer to that question. So you add the numbers and add the fractions separately, and then put them together at the end. Now, sometimes the fraction is going to be bigger than 1, so you might need to convert that to a mixed number. So we'll have a look at an example where you need to do that. Right, so start off exactly the same. I'm going to add the numbers 4 plus 1, which will give me 5. I'm going to now add 5 over 7 plus 2/3. And I'm going to need to convert the denominator again. Well, if I think about 7 and 3, the lowest common multiple of 7 and 3 is 21. I need to multiply 5 over 7 by 3. And I need to multiply 2/3 by 7. 5 times 3 is 15 over 21, plus 2 times 7 is 14 over 21. 15 plus 14 is 29 over 21. How many times does 21 go to 29? Well, it goes once. And I've got 8 left over. So therefore, if I convert this to a mixed number, it'll be 1 and 8 over 21. And then I just add them together. Well, 5 plus 1 over 8 over 21. Well, 5 plus 1 is 6. That means my final answer is 6 and 8 over 21. Okay. So that's how to add mixed numbers. Sometimes you'll just be able to add them like in the previous question and just leave it as that. Sometimes you will need to convert the fraction you get into a mixed number and then add them together if it's greater than 1. Also, do look out for in some questions you might need to simplify the fraction as well. Not in the ones that we've looked at, but sometimes you might have to do that, so just be aware of that. Now we're going to have a look at subtracting fractions. Well, the first step is very similar, or the same, is that you need to convert the fractions so they have the same denominator. And in this case, we've got 8 and 5, and the lowest common multiple of 8 and 5 is 40. I'm going to multiply this fraction by 5, and I'm going to multiply this fraction by 8. 5 times 5 is 25, so I've got 25 over 40. 2 times 8 is 16, so I'm going to take away 16 over 40. 25 over 40, take away 16 over 40, leaves me with 9 over 40. And I can't simplify that down anymore, so that's my answer. Now let's have a look at what we do when we've got mixed numbers. Well, we've got 5 and 2/3, take away 2 and 4/9. 2/3 is bigger than 4/9, and that's very significant in how we're going to calculate this. So what I'm going to do, because 2/3 is bigger than 4/9, I'm going to do 5 take away 2 separately, and then 2/3 take away 4/9. Well, 5 take away 2 is 3, and 2/3 take away 4/9. Well, first I need to convert the denominators so they're the same. The lowest common multiple of 3 and 9 is 9. And to get 2/3 as a fraction over 9, I need to times it by 3. And that will get me 6 over 9, take away 4/9, which will get me 2 over 9. And then I could just combine the number and the fraction together, and that will give me my final answer of 3 and 2/9. It does become a bit more tricky if the fraction you're taking away is bigger than the other fraction. So we're going to have a look at a question where that occurs. So I've got 5 and 3/5 take away 2 and 5/6. So the difference here is that 5/6 is bigger than 3/5. So if I did 3/5 on its own, take away 5/6, that'd be a problem because I get a negative number. And you could actually do that and take it away from the whole number that you get, possibly. Or you could, there's a couple of methods you can do for this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take 1 off the 5, so I have 4. So if I knock that down to 4, and then I'll add the 1 on top. So, well, there's 5/5 in 1, so that'll give me a total of 8/5 in total, which is bigger than 3/5. Well, which is bigger than 5/6, which I'm going to need to take away. Right, so I've got 4 take away 2, which will equal 2, and I've got 8/5 take away 5/6. And the first thing I need to do, like in the other questions, is I need to make sure the denominator is the same. And the lowest common multiple of 5 and 6 is 30. I'm going to times this fraction by 6. I'm going to times this fraction by 5. 8 times 6 is 48. So 48 over 30. Take away 5 times 5 is 25, so it's 25 over 30. And if I do 48 take away 25, that will leave me with And that, so it'd be 18 plus 5, which is 23 over 30. And that can't be simplified down any further. So that'll be 2 and 23 over 30. So yeah, that's how you can add and subtract mixed numbers. Right, thank you for watching. I hope you found that helpful. If you liked the video, please subscribe. And for practice questions, please visit the website www.mitchellmathsandscience.com. The link will be in the description.